info. Check for yourself. Don't trust that fucking guy, dude. He looks like Joe Biden's boyfriend, that fucking kid.
Did you catch that? Now you saw the...
They just shot somebody right there. Right next to me, they shot us. She's on the floor right now. I don't know if she's dead. Oh my God.
You notice a few people...
They just shot somebody right there. Right next to me, they shot us. She's on the floor right now. I don't know if she's dead. Oh my God. Fuck the police! Fucking shot a fucking woman, man. Yeah, they killed somebody. Where's the EMTs? Where the fuck are they?
Did you... So what does Michael Yon have to... A-team? Did you use some still slide? So what is Michael...
But in some of the Antifa, like their special forces type, can be a little harder to spot. But they will be close together, typically. Often they'll have radios, but in some cases they're now more hidden, right? So I'm always looking for antennas in the back pocket or something like that. Now, keep in mind, there's different elements of Antifa. There's that element that would occupy the Red House. That's not your A-team. What we saw in the Capitol building is your A-team. That's like your special forces Antifa. Those are the guys that come out for special actions. So that's your 1% of Antifa. On the pie chart that I've shown you before, that I've drew out for you on paper, that's your tiny sliver. That's your special forces of Antifa. That's what they're doing. They're well trained. They're well organized. They show up with the gear that they need. They've got the statements ready to say, you know, she's dead, that sort of thing. They come out. They make great statements for the camera, sound bites. These guys are professionals.
And if that sounds... They sought out... They started to turn on lights. They consulted someone on the phone. They were looking at maps, trying to figure out something.
Come on in, the water's fine. Come on in, the water's fine. Come on in, the water's fine. Come on in.
Someone just got shot. Somebody got shot?
Did you notice coming out? I've only ever seen a shoulder-mounted camera on fake news camera crews. In fact, I don't even know what they cost. I've never tried because those things are expensive.
Fuck the police!
Fucking shot a fucking woman, man.
Yeah, they killed somebody. Where's the EMTs? Where the fuck are they? No less lethal for American patriots. No less lethal
So why all of the acting and
A lot of agent provocateurs, Antifa does, and they are constantly trying to. Actually, if you read the Anti-Fascist Handbook, which you can get on Amazon, I've read it in detail. What we saw there at the Capitol was right out of the handbook. It was the playbook. In other words, show up wearing your enemy's clothing, waving their flags, and do things while basically false flags. That's why they call them false flags.
So in the actual Antifa handbook, it instructs them to dress up like the people they're trying to basically attack or oppose.
Yeah, that's why we call these false flags, because they're bringing and waving the enemy
Like the people they're trying to
flags, because they're bringing and waving the enemy flag, which is Trump supporters' flag. They're waving Trump flags and doing violence or arson in some cases. Not this time.
there you even had Ilhan Omar's child out there, encouraging and supporting Antifa. I mean, it's insane, but that's where we are. The Democrats are protecting their own children who are out there rioting and playing the brown shirts of the Nazis. That's what they are. This paramilitary of the Democrat Party. There's a reason they don't want their team to go to jail. It's because a lot of their children are in there as well. Undercover here today.
I'll give you your hug now. We did it. You were right. We did it.
Dude, I was trying to tell you. I couldn't say much.
You were right.
You just have to watch my channel. Is this not going to be the best film you've ever made in your life?
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Hell yeah.
Wait, you weren't recording, were you?
I'll delete that shit. But I didn't record you or me. It was just voices.
Now, it's important to note that while all of this was going on, the chaos, the violence, the anger, the flashbang grenades, all of that was happening before President Trump's speech was even over. People were still at the speech. So most of the people in this crowd were Antifa, an operation. Seeing so many people in all black with goggles and radios and walkie-talkies and cameras that they can't afford as normal people, equipment that most people don't even know about. They're out there for a reason. They have a mission. They're doing an operation. To me, that looked as though it was someone who worked in the Capitol building in full suit with white cuff coming out of their sleeve, passing out weapons from inside the building. I don't know what that even means, folks. I mean, if they're going that far as to pass out weapons that were pre-planted inside of the Capitol building, out of the broken window, to Antifa and BLM, I mean, we are dealing with something way beyond. Perhaps most damning of all is how did the fake news know all of this was going to happen before it happened? Here you go. I hope that you